they're the team that is way less sloppy. I don't know what the hockey term for sloppiness is, but when you look at the Bruins, and I'm not talking about just turnovers, I'm talking about, non-tape to tape passes, just very sloppy.
But you can talk about the hits going back and forth, but the Florida is much tougher in those hits than the Bruins are.
I don't think that's the case. You look at the Charlie McAvoy hit last night. That's the only biggest hit of the game. No, but Maroon was throwing his body around.
But Maroon throwing his body around, he's a big guy, but does he really pack the punch that any of these Panthers do?
I don't think this is anything to do with physicality. I think it is the Bruins are ridiculously sloppy in both ends of the ice, and the Panthers are polished. They are a unified team. They know how to play offensively and defensively. All the Bruins can do is backcheck. There is zero forecheck out of this team.
But here, Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, Wiggy was on it earlier. Also, you had 2 shots in the third
period. How's that possible? Through the first, and Curtis brought this up before. When you look at the number of shots on goal in the series, I don't know what the disparity is, but that isn't that, and that's one. And I said that's what goes back to I think it was Biz who said it on the NHL's version of Inside the NBA, where he goes, go back to Pee Wee hockey and just throw pucks towards the net.
Curtis, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just the thing that's I don't want to let the Bruins off the hook because the refs screwed up last night, and they did. And the forecheck was the story. It's the most boring thing to talk about, but reading the previews, Florida's forecheck, I guess, is elite.
Kicks ass.
I can try and act like I know how the hell to describe that, but I can't. However, after Game 1, which the Bruins won in Florida, and halfway through Game 2, it was the Bruins series. Plus, last night, into the second period, the broadcast team, one of their few bright spots, said, this is about where the Florida Panthers tend to pick up, which is halfway through the second period. The game has shifted almost every game. And the Bruins had a lead in Games 2 and Game 4 at home with an opportunity, or no, Game 2 was on the road, but Game 4, you had a chance to win those games and reclaim control of the series, and they failed. Bobrovsky made several great saves, and the Bruins couldn't capitalize. But you had the Marchand open net in Game 2 that he whiffed on, and you had last night several opportunities to make it 3-0, and we're not saying all these other things about how the Bruins are, choking or can't play well.
Yeah, they had that power play opportunity. They're up 2-0, and you really could maybe put them away somewhat, and you can't score on that power play opportunity in the second last night. There's missed opportunities.
Right.
And it goes, I hate to do this, but it goes back to the trade deadline again. If you're able to get Ullmark out of here for a guy who actually has some kind of offensive talent, the team might look a little bit different.
Oh, jump on that trade train.
Welcome aboard.
You look at it. Swayman, you are squandering a generationally good goaltending performance from Jeremy Swayman because you have zero offense and you're sloppy as hell.
But that's their excuse, Greg. At the end of the year, Montgomery will be back, even though if they lose in 5, it'll just be one more win than they got last postseason because they can go back and say, we had a deal in place to rectify a situation, but Ullmark vetoed it.
You don't think Toronto sits there or Florida sits there and goes, man, imagine if we had that Swayman guy in nets for us?
Right. This is Cotto from Leominster. What's up, Cotto?
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
So the referees are bad, and obviously they impact the game, especially like on that goal. But alone in the second period, I counted an endless amount of chances where they just completely missed the net, or they shot it right at the goalie's chest. They didn't make the goalie work for it, and it's like, dude, if you're on a one-on-one, you gotta finish it. It's the playoffs. And I think that is what separates this team from other teams is they cannot finish their chances. And like I said, yes, the refs do affect it. But, if you got 4 open opportunities, you got to take advantage of one one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're like we were talking about Danton Heinen and that breakaway yesterday, he stick dragged that puck. And then I like that. Bobrovsky made an extraordinary save.
And then who was it?
That's not on Danton Heinen.
No. Who was it? The breast that went 5-hole and missed the net?
Correct.
Those things just happen, and like you said, a goalie makes good saves. You just don't have enough of those opportunities. And to me, I think it comes from your lack of not shooting the puck. Not shooting the puck, and think about how much traffic Florida has in front of Swayman throughout the whole game, where the Bruins on the other end, does it seem like there's a lot of traffic in front of Bobrovsky? Like,
and Greg, there's a rumor out
You mean
there.
goalie Bobrovsky?
Well, yeah, whatever.
Yes, what,
you know.
yes, what, Curtis?
There's a rumor out there that you tried to get the 5-hole but missed the net in Bermuda.
I had an extraordinary time in Bermuda, Curtis, and I'm taken.
It looked good, though.
I
The
am
Bermuda time looked
You
really
would
good.
have thrived. You and
Yeah.
Toledo would have been.
The
Yeah.
water.
Next year, they want us back there. My new best friend, the Minister of Tourism,
Yeah, I heard that guy.
can't wait to have us back. He's offering all kinds of marvelous adventures
Yes,
for
I
Did
you.
you say the Minister of Tourism?
Yeah.
Yes. What?
Tourism,
Great
culture,
title.
and sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was his name. But wasn't
Fantastic
there
guy.
another name in there too, though?
His job is just basically to go around and welcome everybody to Bermuda. What a great job
That is your dream job.
Yeah.
If you
He's
go
got the
back,
little coconut with the drink in it every time he goes somewhere.
if you
It's a
go
great
back,
guy.
Greg, I just want to have that soccer guy on again.
Oh,
Curtis, they
he's
can't
nice.
all be great guests.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Everybody
try.
else, I mean, they were very fun.
Yeah.
Hazel was great. Rebecca.
Oh boy, Hazel.
Jay from the Switzerland.
I don't think Hazel liked you, Wiggy.
Was that the track lady?
Yes.
Oh, she was not a happy
The,
kid.
you know.
the Olympic medalist.
Her mind will change when we come down. Then we have some drinks together, and I'm really able to break it down to her. So
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the issue. Great text on the Subaru of New England text line. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com, which says, Greg, they are trying to be physical. They're just not built that way. So maybe that's what it is. I mean, I guess they were trying to hit Sam Bennett last night, but I mean, was there a crushing hit on Sam Bennett?
Well, so
last-
Frederick and Maroon were constantly in his ear, and then they showed it actually on the broadcast. Sam Bennett, during one of the breaks, was like talking to the ref, and I think the ref said something to them because
Yeah.
I felt like
It just-
Maroon disappeared completely after like halfway through the second period.